Hello everyone, today we're going to discuss how to use ChatGPT. Most people use ChatGPT like a search box. They type one short question and get one answer and then move on. But that's not the best way to use it. A better way to think about ChatGPT is like this. ChatGPT is not just a place to get answers, it is a thinking partner, writing assistant, research helper, tutor, planner, editor, and workflow builder. But here's the main key. The quality of the answer usually depends on the quality of the instruction. If you give ChatGPT a weak prompt, you usually get a weak answer. If you give ChatGPT a clear goal, useful context, and a specific format, the answer gets much better. And that's what we're going to discuss in this video. The first thing you need to understand is that ChatGPT works best when you tell it what job you want it to do. So you need to be very detailed in your answer. You talk about what type of language you want. Basically, we're going to go over a quick basic prompt formula I would recommend. You want to always have the role, the goal, the context, the format. Always include requirements and things you want to avoid. It may help you just to write that down and fill in your answers before you put it into the search engine, and you'll get a much better response. The second way to use ChatGPT is by giving better context. Most people understand that you ask a question, you get an answer. You don't want to just something. If you ask what the weather is, it's going to give you, it'll say 70 degrees or whatever. But if you have a complex question, the more detailed you get, the better answer you'll receive. You got to remember, ChatGPT does not know your audience. It does not know your voice. It does not know the goal of your overall goal. It does not know if you want to sound professional, casual, motivational, technical, or beginner friendly. Once ChatGPT knows these things, it needs to know the audience, the topic, the message, the tone, and boundaries. That's how you get the best output. The third thing is to use ChatGPT in layers. Do not expect the first answer to be the final answer. Think of it like a draft. First, ask for the idea, then ask for the outline, then ask for the full draft. Then ask it to improve the draft. Then ask it to check for errors. Then ask it to make the message clearer. That's where the real value comes from. Really, you need to have an overall system set up so you get the most out of it. And systems are where ChatGPT becomes very powerful. It's not one random prompt. It's a repeatable workflow. The fourth way to use ChatGPT is for learning. This is one of the highest ROI uses. You can ask ChatGPT to explain hard topics in simple language. ChatGPT is excellent for if you're trying to learn something new. You don't have to stop at the explanation. Always remember to ask follow-up questions. You can always say, give me an example. Then you can ask, what are the common mistakes? Then how would this apply? And then finally, you can turn this into a checklist. Then if you really want to, you can ask it to quiz you to test your understanding. Really, it's not just about learning new information. It's about using it and making your overall work more productive. You should see gains across the board, from whether it's time, money, health. Measure everything. You're not just consuming information. You're building a overall system to leverage your knowledge and be more productive. The fifth way to use ChatGPT is for writing. You can use it to draft emails, scripts, captions, outlines, summaries, business plans, checklists, standard operating procedures, and social media posts. The best workflow is usually you can draft with ChatGPT, edit with your judgment, check for accuracy, make sure the voice sounds like you. You always want to, if you're going to write a letter, you always want it to, have your vocabulary. The sixth way to use ChatGPT is for planning. You can use it to plan your day, build a routine, organize a project, create a content calendar, or turn a big goal into smaller steps. ChatGPT is great if you want to use it with, say, Google Calendar. You can organize your schedule. Also, ChatGPT can suggest a plan. The next way you can use ChatGPT is to build repeatable workflows. This is where, there's, tons to be gained here as well. You don't just want to ask ChatGPT for one answer. Ask it to turn tasks into systems. You can have it. You can have a weekly review, an end-of-day review, or a morning review. Just so you can be more productive. Next, you can use ChatGPT to improve your decision quality. ChatGPT should not replace your decision making. It should improve on it. Before making an important decision, ask, what assumptions am I making? What could go wrong? What are the risks? That way you can make overall better decisions. You can use different types of analysis. There's scenario analysis, for example. So you can understand different outcomes. The bull case, the base case, and the bear case. Overall, ChatGPT is useful, but still needs human judgment, especially for important topics like business decisions, health, investing, taxes, legal topics especially. You can use it for organization, drafting, and decision support. You can also use ChatGPT to ask it to critique its own output. This is one of the most useful prompts. Review your answer for accuracy, clarity, missing assumptions, risk, and usefulness. Then improve it. Or score this from 1 to 10 based on clarity, trust, audience fit, and practical value. That turns ChatGPT into an editor. Also, you always want to remember to save your best prompts. Do not keep starting from scratch. If a prompt works, save it. Create a prompt library. You can have a prompt library for daily reviews, quality control, business planning, or anything else. This is how you build leverage. The goal is not just to use ChatGPT. The goal is to build a repeatable system around it. Ultimately, you want a clear goal, clear context, clear format, and clear review process. That is the foundation. I appreciate everyone watching the video this week. Please like and subscribe for more videos on productivity, investing, and business. And we'll make another YouTube video later this week. So be sure to come back and check us out.